Oh, that's right, folks. You hear that sweet, sweet Final Fantasy music, you know what time it is. It is the 2022 Spring Tournament for Final Fantasy Randomizer, the Kraken Games. The exuberant Dangwoo, that's me, and also Luffy in here in the comms booth with me. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, dang. Excited to watch this great matchup. Jaylow and ShoFukomachi should be a really good time. We got an interesting party to talk about here as well.
You're not lying there. And it was a draft, though, so it was interesting choices. You and I kind of talked about it. We had Sho lead it off with the Thief, Jaylow with White Mage, Black Mage, and then Sho decided to go with the Black Belt. Now, you and I kind of agreed together and said, well, the Black Belt's interesting. We're relying upon either an early encounter or a spike tile. But the buffs that the fighter got really said, why didn't we go fighter here? I guess if you want to talk about the Blessing and Curses real quick before we start, should be any minute here.
Yep, so Thief real strong this seed, plus 40 agility on the 80 it already got, so that guy's going to be dang near unhittable. Plus 15 strength too, nice added bonus. Black Mage agility, that does nothing. White Mage plus defense sword, sure. Plus 15 MDef though, always nice. The minus 10 strength also, like, whatever. Black Mage plus 20 HP, kind of nice to see, and the plus 10 MDef on them as well, pretty good at minus 10 hit percent, so again, sure, fine. Black Belt got Thief Swords plus 10 agility, so they'll be doing a little bit of damage early on besides punching, maybe swinging something, at the cost of minus 10 MDef though, so that's a little, that level 42 Black Belt that we're going to be looking for here might not have the great MDef that they would normally have, but the fighter you and I were talking about, I mean, plus 20 hit percent, plus 5 luck on only the expensive Black Mage HP, I mean, that's kind of spicy, right?
It certainly is, and I know I've talked about it in other broadcasts, but plus 20 hit percentage basically gets you to those weapon breakpoints 6 levels earlier, which is quite crazy if you think about it. So it helps to counter those minuses on weapons there. And we're going to see the White Magic exit, so White Mage already huge. It's a good thing we went draft and somebody chose White Mage.
Agreed.
And Ice 2, Bane, Fire 2, so we got clear spells for every enemy in the book, essentially. Saber plus 4, that could be on the Black Belt. Black Belt is useful for meleeing or attacking. And we also have a cheap Oxiel, so our shop item for 1200.
I like seeing an early shop item myself. It's pretty good. And 1200 is certainly not unreasonable, especially in Canaria.
Is it bad that I'm slightly hoping that we have to go to Oxiel? Sea Shrine early?
I mean, every time that I do practices or I run a seed and you get an early Oxiel, I go there, there's nothing. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was this time.
TFC chest height? So Sho took a fight, going to buy a couple sabers probably for both. I mean, 89 gold for actually really good weapons there.
Right? 2 pretty quick encounters here off the hard reset, it looks like. We got Imps and Imps, 2 encounters before Temple of Fiends, so that speaks toward the viability of the Black Belt, perhaps, should we have to take an overworld grind.
Oh yeah, that's actually great information that you just put out there, because that Black Belt now has, 5, 6 encounter zones we can check over by Ordeals and the Mirage.
Yep.
Of course, that also makes dungeon diving not so fun, but we get a lot of early money too, so the Oxiel is going to be easy to pick up. That's a 5% experience increase.
6k right there in the 3 chests in Temple of Fiends. That's good to see.
Right. Obviously, we'd like that loose, item, but it's fun.
Yeah. We'll take what we can. We'll take what we can get at this one. NASA. You sir.
You want fast? That'll speed up the game real quick.
Yeah, it sure will. Maybe even a spicy eye tile early on somewhere as well.
So first look at Garland, generally pretty easy, although he can cast a spell or skill. Obviously we have no HP, so this is where the picking up of the items there for show helps out, but Bane says, you have no MDF, Garland, or not enough. Crystal and a cube, so we have some pieces to the jigsaw, but not enough to go anywhere, essentially, because we don't have the canal or the ship or a floater.
Early Crystal's kind of nice, so we're going to do the walk over to Provoca as it is. It's a quick turn in. 3 chests there at Matoya's Cave to grab maybe some more cash. Maybe there's a weapon, perhaps a loose, we'll see. I like finding early Crystal for sure.
Yeah, the Fellowship +4 just barely beats out the Saber by a little bit, but it's a little more expensive. It's up to you if you want to spend on it. Jaylow's going to do it. It doesn't buy it for the Black Belt, so the Black Belt's going to be kind of not very useful on Jaylow's side here, essentially. Question chat from Z-Man. We talked about it in the intro, but just to rehash it there, the fighter actually had really good bonuses. Plus 20 hit, plus 5 luck, so it actually runs a lot better. But it had the Black Mage Mollis, or HP growth. So it's still good. Luffy and I agreed that we're kind of surprised it didn't get chosen. Black Belt won out in the drafts, and that's what we got. So we're hoping for a grind tile. And wow, we're speaking of early loose items.
Okay, sure.
Hey, a quad shirt.
Wow, Matoya paying off here. And the early Adamant, we got a couple of really great items here for early game turn-ins. That Adamant is something really nice to find. We might see Dwarf Cave check right here before Provoca, but maybe not. And that key opens up a whole heck of a lot of checks here in the Inner Sea at some key locks that are just going to be a lot of free checks.
And spike chests. Spike or trap tiles. I mean, we've got Topher Lock, like you said. We've got Northwest Castle. And there's a couple in Marsh Cave, if we have to dive Marsh Cave, that we can do too, if we want to be spicy.
Cool. Could you imagine a nice little spicy marsh check locked, and there's the eye tile there? So, ooh, that would be something.
It would be, because I don't think anybody's ever gone into Marsh Lock so far this tournament. So,
nope.
The chances of somebody doing that very low.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yep.
I mean, if you think about it, right? If we find a red dragon and it rolls under 300, if it doesn't hit very hard, we have a quad X shirt we can use.
That'll certainly do the work. Absolutely.
An eye there we can work with. Ice Dragon, I mean, yeah, it's not great, but it could work. Agamas if they roll low enough. And this sea just loves me. I can tell already. Cake level 2.
Yeah, not much to speak of in white magic. Fog, Aether, Aelit. Utility, I guess, but we're not going to pick up any of those.
Probably not. I would pick up Hold if I were these runners. Hold can allow you to do an early carry dive. Hold can also be very useful on Kraken also, if you're doing an early dive, especially with Oxyel being so readily available. It's got like a 26% chance to land on Kraken 1, so it's really useful.
And Bicky gives us the ship, so, cue the obligatory, is this even randomized?
+4 kind of useful there. I don't think anybody... Oh, I'm just kidding. Forgot about the thief equipping. So it's a little bit of armor to help with that highly evasive thief. I kind of like it. It's a little bit of armor to help with the multi-hits, just in case he gets hit.
A little on the pricey side for my taste, but any armor is going to be good on this thief that doesn't mess with their evasion.
Yeah. And that's one plus thing about it is any armor that goes plus actually lowers the evasion cost.
Correct.
Penalty. So, anytime we get that, that's really... There's a cake shirt.
Dang, I'm glad I joined you tonight. Look at this.
I totally understand if they go to sell that too, because it's worth money. We don't have a whole lot. We're going to about hit level, or tier 3 magic here soon too, so I totally understand if you're going to sell it.
Yeah, but you got to keep it though. Who's common? You got to keep that.
That's true. It's true. Yes, cast a cake. Ogres love the cake, I'm telling you.
They do.
See?
Who doesn't love cake? Everybody loves cake. Lich loves cake more than anyone I know.
You know the funny part about this entire thing too is I am the cake boss, right?
That's right.
And I don't even eat cake normally.
No.
I hate to admit it, but yeah, I don't even eat cake much. Unless it's like every now and then somebody's like, "Oh, the cake's really good," and I try and I'm like, "Yeah, you're right," but I just can't do it. Why? It's funny.
We get a crown there from Smithy McBeard's sword. So inner sea turn-ins aplenty right here. This is quite kind actually.
Gold bracelet that rolls in neutral. That's good. Excalibur. Well, we got more money.
Yeah, we got a vendor sword now. That would have been nice to have if we had a fighter, but so it goes.
I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I am just dreaming of that fighter or knight wielding that Excalibur and hitting level 23 and having 5 hits on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. I'm just really excited. And that looks like a saber belonged from Astos.
Haven't seen Temper yet, so that's a nice find, especially kind of early because you never like to be searching for like a go mode item and finding, you know, a quote dud like that. So that's a pretty good item to find early. They'll definitely take it.
It definitely allows for the early fiend kills too, because I mean we have some spells for taking out the fiends, but we really don't have like the nuke or the fades that really trivialize those fights.
Jaylow right there, sending the Hooray Dwarf to Oblivion with a nice little like text change, which I enjoyed to see that.
Oh, I missed it. I was so distracted.
Mm-hmm.
The things I do, I get distracted easily.
I couldn't figure out why he was pausing until I realized that he was sending the Hooray Dwarf on his way, and I was like, all right, that makes sense.
Alright, so we've got Marsh Cave, essentially, right? Or a shop item or something loose here. Yeah.
Yeah, Marsh is probably got to be our location, I think. Ooh.
Okay, so my hold idea is basically kind of useless. We have Brack that's available that kind of offsets the Kraken fight there. Why cast hold when you have Brack? We have
Fade. Okay.
Bruise in Cure 3. Actually goes with Invis. Interesting.
Not a bad pickup there. Single target Invis will work. We want to keep our main melee dealer alive at the end of the game. So that's not a bad pickup. Cure 4, X for pretty great magic there at level 4 as well.
And lock, slow 2. Yeah, it definitely locks since we've essentially kind of buffed it there. Because so the problem is with lock is it doesn't hit anything. And with the randomizer, we can get these high evasive enemies, right? And it basically becomes an RNG, even more, worse RNG, if you want to call it, is if lock's going to hit. So you might as well just make it always hit. And then it kind of just cuts down on, oh, I got really lucky. And a lock lands with like a 6% chance or whatever.
Yeah, an Invis 2 hammer there out of the Dwarven Closet. So we might see and we got gold brace or a silver bracelets plus 3 or 4 there for sale in Elfland for about 4,800 or 4,300. So we're gonna sell that X count, pick up some jewelry for everybody.
Silver plus 4, amazing. Pro rings, can't argue with that at all. Protection from death. I mean, that's actually this is a one-stop shop right here.
Yep.
For all your casters and even your thief and your black belt's also equipped. I mean, until the black belt gets high enough, but yeah, you just one stop, never have to check any armor shops.
Oh yeah, this is good. One stop made shopping here. You love to see it.
So we're gonna do the Marsh dive. Obviously, none of the key locks have done it or have paid out here. So this is, something we kind of touched upon. 5-6 minutes ago is, does anybody do the Marsh key lock checks, for the spike tiles? We've gained a couple key items already. So we got some bonuses. You never know. An eye grind there, and you're looking pretty good.
Yeah, it'd still give you, between 4,000 and 5,000 XP a fight, solo with all these key items we're able to grab early. So if they find it, I mean, we could be off to the races quite early here.
Yeah, and you're in Marsh Cave, so you put the black belt that's, 35 plus or whatever, and everything's going to run from it. Because
Yeah.
the morale check is non-existent at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't see... Somebody did ask those earlier. I don't think they checked the 3 key locks.
I don't think they did either, but maybe jaylow is turning in his crown right here, getting his saber bonk. Maybe he'll check it. I know that Sho didn't.
So that could be dangerous. But Sho... So this is something that I've seen with Sho. Did it... can't remember what race. He also did this. He checks the top side of Marsh. Maybe have it from other flag sets and stuff like that. And you won't see it very often, which is very interesting because this could pay off big if something's here for him. Because no other runner, I don't think, is gonna do Marsh top.
Yeah, correct. I'll check that box that's linked on the way down to the basement. So I'll hit that one box. I think it's linked to the left box in this bottom room here. So I'll check that as I'm going down. But without an incentive item being able to be here besides in its vanilla location, I don't really grab much out of the Marsh attic. That confused stick, that would have been some money, but whatever.
Well, that's the linked one. So I mean, if he really wants it, he can grab it there, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Invis 2 sticks going out against wolves. I like it. Alright, so how greedy is Sho going to be here? I'm going to check the linked chest there. That's linked with the 2 treasure chests in the next room over on the right. jaylow's taking a look to see what the spike tiles are going to be. Ice 2 shield, kind of nice there for Sho once the ninja gets promoted.
Images on the trap tile, kind of no big deal, but another ice +3 sword, and there's the canal.
Yep, so we're out of the inner sea once we escape. Sho's not going to check the key locked at all. Nothing's so far here in the Northwest Castle's lock rooms, except for a pro cave, which is it's good. And that's not the eye we wanted. Nope. Let's leave quick. It's a good thing it wasn't unrunnable. So jaylow's gonna have to make the dive down and get his canal. Sho with a slight advantage here, since Northwest Castle didn't provide with anything. And Coral +3 sword, actually pretty useful there. The Thief and the Black Belt can wield that. And if we go up against Kraken, we get that elemental bonus against it. Oh, Gur Imps with Exfer into Glare. Fantastic. It's a good thing they're not around very much. So Sho's actually going to check the Northwest Castle to make sure he didn't miss anything. And I guess it's a good time to kind of just talk about what our next plan is. We got Crescent Lake as an option. The Sages have a key item. We have Onrak. We can sail to Onrak and do the Sea Shrine for the loose. We only have one loose that's out there now, since the key was in Matoya's. And that's pretty much it, unless Topher Locked has got a key item that's loose. And somehow Sho managed to get through Marsh without dealing with shadows, images with frost. Okay, it was Shadows with Frost, so that's a damaging. A very awful spell to see early on because we don't have that HP.
Yeah, it's going to be frustrating early on to try to get through Marsh with those shadows.
And I think they show up in a couple other locations.
Yep, they'll show up in the, around Earth Cave area, over there by the, Titan Tunnel, and they'll show up in Titan Tunnel, so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is at least it's in the overworld, so you can kind of map around it, or counter manipulate, I guess I'm going to call it. Save. But yeah, so I was telling them I think our only options at this point, we don't have the rod, so we can't do Earth. So our only options is Crescent Lake and on-rack sea play.
You were talking about a spicy sea dive early on, so, I mean, let's go!
You're not lying. It's starting to look that way. They might hit me for calling that, but it's fine. Harm 4. That was white mage learnable, and temper is in the warp slot, so that
promotion locked. Yuck.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to our tracker Dust Plume, pointing out in our chat over here. JLo never bought the Oxyel from Canaria.
I mean, that definitely lowers your, where you gotta go. Oh, here it is, folks. Show is going to Crescent Lake, hoping that we don't have to do a Sea Shrine dive. Did Show pick up Brack?
I mean, he went through that level 3 magic shop pretty quick. I hope so, because Brack's one of those spells, like, you really... I've got a real appreciation for that the more I play the randomizer, because that'll save your bacon against a Kraken 1 or a T-Mat 1 if you get kind of really unlucky with your melee dealer getting tagged down. It can really help you out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's got a 26% chance against both Kraken, 26% chance against Kraken and TO1, so it's a great option when you don't have very many offensive options. Here it is. Are we going C?
All right.
Fraud.
We can go hang out with Frost Shadows over there by Earth Cave, so at least that's something.
Yeah. I don't see our runners doing C at this point. I don't think they're well enough equipped to really make the dive down.
Mm-hmm.
And with one loose already found, I mean, you're banking on a lot there, I think.
Gonna point out too that rod, if JLo didn't pick up the Oxyel that our tracker Dustbloom said he didn't, that rod's gonna take him further away from Canaria, and unless he remembers to go back and get it, that can really bog him down in a little while.
Yeah, it's really easy to overlook a magic or a key item in Canaria like that, because you're looking for tents, you're looking for softs, pures, heal potions, and stuff like that. Sometimes you just overlook that key item that's there.
Yeah, the price was a price as well that it can really blend in very easily to a house price, so you might have missed it.
That's a great point. For 1,200, you're like, oh, it's a house price.
Yeah.
No, it's a key item.
Yep, and one we absolutely need.
Yeah, right? Kind of required.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, Show's going to make the dive, going to do Earth. Totally makes sense. Plus, it's got spike tiles on the way. Lich is not very dangerous, especially for a black belt. And if we get high enough, we basically break morale. So, if we find a grind tile here, it's even better.
Yeah, 3 spike tiles to check on Earth 1, over in 2 in the Hall of Giants, 1 in the rooms there, plus an additional 2 checks down on Earth B4, which is incentivized.
These encounters. And JLo's gonna keep the black belt down unless it just died. That's gonna be interesting. We're getting raided by SG3. Welcome, Raiders. you're in for a match here. It's kind of bogged down just because of the encounter table and some nasty spells that are being tossed around. My name is Dang Wu. Joining me in the booth is Luffy, and our tracker is Dustbloom. We got a spicy matchup here in the fact that we did a draft. Sho decided to go with the Thief. Jaylow countered with White Mage, Black Mage, and Sho said, "We're going Black Belt strats today."
Sho checking the box there, but not looking at the spike tile. But that's fine. That's not, air quotes, a safe room. The one room on the bottom left here is the safe room where you do not advance the encounter table if you're going to check it. So if there's something here, it could be free.
Ain't going to clear out Earth 1. I mean, this is something that we see every now and then. But I like it because it's not conventional of sorts, at least with this flag set that I've seen so far. But doesn't check the Hall of Giant. Interesting.
He didn't even check the spike tile either. So I mean, all right, we're just gonna go.
We gotta go fast.
Yeah, we got Fade, Fire 2. Lich is not really that big of a deal. As long as we don't run into a bunch of those Frost Shadows, we should be okay.
And Cake. Can't forget about Cake.
Oh, how could I forget about that? I forget who I'm with in the booth too. My God.
You're right. Like, how dare you?
What is wrong with me?
And that Quad X shirt does a lot of work here. A lot of the enemies should have under 300, so if we absolutely have to take fights, Quad X will clear out unless we run into like 9 spiders. And good luck. Not much I can do for you on that one.
I rolled this one, not our favorite, aside from Dustbloom tonight, our favorite tracker extraordinaire, Danny3883, who's known in the community lovingly for rolling spiders that are just, I mean, shall we say awful?
I mean, who doesn't like some blaze spiders? They're the best.
Yeah, showing up in packs of 4 to 8. I mean, here we go. Spiders. Let's see what we got.
Perfect.
Oh! Okay. I mean, it's sort of safe-ish, but it's still a little spooky.
I mean, the good news is Elflin was a one-stop shop, gave us cheap pro rings and those silver bracelets. So, because as soon as I saw Quax, I go, "Oh, the entire party is dead." I go, "Wait, how did you resist that?" I go, "Oh, pro rings."
Yeah. I did not think the MDef was good enough on that black belt yet, but I mean, pro rings.
Oh, MDef doesn't help you there.
Oh, see, look at that. I'm even learning still.
Yep, that's all HP based. If you have 300 exact or less, insta kill. Unless you have persist.
Sho again bypassing the room there with the spike tile. So I mean, maybe he'll check them on the way out, but Jaylow hasn't checked them either.
I think Jaylow's went to. Oh no, okay, the black belt is back up. So I thought maybe Jaylow was going with the thief. Ooh, harm 3, that's pretty good. We take that.
Yeah, that's free AoE for the White Mage there. One of the flags in the spring tournaments here is White Mage harm all. So it kind of makes that White Mage a little more viable than, normal parties. I mean, White Mage is kind of like, it'll do some healing for you. If Fade rolled low, that's great. But with this new White Mage harm, their harm will harm all enemies and not just undead, which makes them slightly more viable.
Oh, it's been... I gotta admit, with these flags, it's been very interesting because we've seen a lot of thieves, and thieves were always used, but they were always sleeping on the ground, essentially, in the early parts. And now you've seen thieves actually hitting level 20s and stuff like that, which used to be very abnormal with that agility buff. And then with the White Mage buff, with the harm spells, we're seeing a lot more White Mage, which is great.
Jaylow resetting out of Cobra fight there. I wonder if the Cobras had something nasty that I missed. He didn't want a piece of it.
He was being stun locked.
Yep, that'll do it.
He basically didn't feed the Cobra's cake. They got upset. So this is where the last couple chests, when it's big money, more big money.
Ooh.
Can do. So now we've got even more stuff open to us.
Yeah, that opens up Volcano, Ice Cave, Ordeals.
But we wanted Sea Shrine.
I mean, we could do the one stop there because now we can get into Waterfall.
True.
So put yourself in their position right now, dang. 28 minutes in, you're about to take out your first Fiend right here. You're probably feeling pretty all right with yourself, your show right here, finding that canoe, which J-Lo should probably be getting momentarily. What's your play here? You doing the Ordeals play? You taking that early Oxyel and you heading to Sea Shrine area? You know, you doing Volcano, Ice Cave? Like, what are you thinking right here? Because you got a myriad of options.
Oh no. I'm going to cry if I'm show. Earth with Lit 3 wipes you on Lich's floor.
Oh boy.
That is a brutal wipe. And Arachnids with Thunder! Hashtag Never Earth, Chadbert points it out. Now, to answer your question there, it's... I think Ice Play, but I'm going to be honest with you, there's something that just yells at me, goes, Ordeals.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I say Ordeals is we can do Ordeals and check the encounter. The northwest of Mirage.
Mm-hmm.
So you do Ordeals, then you kind of walk your way over there if you have enough tents and check it. And then if that's not there, then you can just do Ice Cave, I guess. So it's kind of like a clockwise around the map, kind of.
Ooh. Giants with Cremate and Squint too. So this Earth Cave is very not safe.
No, it's not. This is... I mean, the Pro Ring can only do so much. I can't believe that Lit 3 that came out from that Earth and it hit so hard too.
Yep.
Oh no.
Deadpulse Sigma in chat. This place is awful, but the company is nice. Thank you, buddy. Good to see Deadpulse. Duckling Supreme from my Duckling class. We are actually working on some new Duck Derby, Duck Bootcamp stuff coming up soon. So if you are interested in learning Final Fantasy Randomizer, or you're seeing this and you're like, hey, well, how do I learn how to play? Join our Discord. Come hang out with us. We've got the boot camp starting up in a couple weeks, and we're going to teach you new players how to run like pros.
Yeah. The Duckling Bootcamp, well worth the time and investment. Even as a new runner, or even as maybe not a veteran, even veterans, it can be very useful because there's some tips and tricks that you might have missed out on. And you get to, you know, practice against other runners there and stuff like that. It's great. And I gotta admit, every time there is a runner, or all the ducklings that participate in it are terrifying. They come out and they're just flying.
J-Lo trying to feed some cake to some birds there. I don't think that's going to work, but it's still pretty cool to see.
I mean, who knows? This game is interesting. The waters are weak to ice, you know, instead of lightning, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Everything else in Sea Shrine goes down to lightning, but water is, you know, it's ice. Yeah. Go figure.
And Lich, who's the elemental of Earth, can be caked in Earth elemental spell. I mean, it's great.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't mind it. I love it, you know, because I love to get the cake. Fire 2, show! How dare you! Cast the cake, good sir. Cast the cake. Oh, that would have been a round 1 kill.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's an interesting grind tile then. On the left-hand side...
It is. Let's see.
Now, if they didn't roll high, and they're weak, it's potential. It's not great, but it can work, and we get the BB online very quickly, but JLo's BB's down, so my entire topic of conversation here is mute.
And there, yeah. The Wizhag was quad-Xable, but the Gersharks, not so much. Gersharks are one of those enemies that's kind of like a little bit of fool's gold there. Like, they give you a lot of XP, sure, but they can roll upwards north of like 500-600 HP, which can make them truly devastating for a party with these levels.
cake's never gonna work. I mean, they're already resistant to Earth, anyways. I'm pretty sure, so it's never gonna. So Sho's gonna do the Ordeals play. We talked about it. I like it, especially with BB up, being up right now. I feel like Jaylow's taking a lot of fights that are unnecessary. These wizards are not worth the fight, unless it was unrunnable.
That's runnable.
It's just not worth the fight, or the effort.
Yeah, the time spent here is not worth it. I mean, 652 experience there on 3 party members is kind of, I mean, you don't want to say mid, but I mean, it's pretty mid.
Yeah, you're kind of making that thief pick not useful. You're not running from things that you don't need to there.
Zombles, on the other hand, here for Sho, that's a pretty good little pickup here on the way through Ordeals. They give a lot of XP for the levels we have, plus a decent amount of gold, and it looks like they're going down to a Fire 2 and a Swing, which we'll take.
Yeah, that's definitely a fight you don't want to run against unless you absolutely have to, especially at these low levels. Now, obviously, with Sho's having the black belt up, we want to get to the grind as fast as possible. But you got to be able to have levels, or safe levels, to be able to complete these dungeons too. So it's one of those weird catch-22s that I've never fully comprehended with a black belt, is being able to balance that.
Sho not going to give us the mythical 3rd spike tile check here in Ordeals through that room.
It was the first one all along. And I noticed that we got a raid from SG2. Welcome, Raiders! This is Final Fantasy Randomizer 2022, The Kraken Games. My name is Dangwoo. That is Luffy that you just heard. We're doing comms. And in the background, pushing the buttons, is the Dust Plume. So I appreciate you coming by and stopping by. Matter of fact, it's an explosive find by ShoFukomachi, and Frost Dragon's right there. Kind of good, kind of bad, because it still moves the encounter table.
Yep. Less than 231 HP, so that's not too bad, but the black belt missed with the swing with that saber. So the dragons I always find to be slightly on the evasive side, so he's just going to take whatever he got from them and walk out. I don't blame him.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you miss, nope, we're good.
Yep.
Now, will we see Sho check out the grind tiles here? Or not the grind tiles, but the opal? No, just going to leave instantly. I mean, I kind of understand it, because we can always come back. And we haven't really been punished so far for our, quote, low levels. Gerp. Gerpeeds. These things are a pain, by the way.
Yep.
For anybody that doesn't know, like, the regular peeds can be annoying, but these Gerpeeds are almost have almost as much health as Gersharks. Sometimes.
Except this time where they rolled like 150, which is okay, sure.
Yeah. Here I am once again explaining how bad an enemy can be, and it has like no HP.
Got smacked down with the thief with a coral sword, just bye.
Yeah. So I like the waterfall. Oh, gas dragons. Hello.
Okay.
We got initiative.
168. Ooh, that's pretty good. They got less than 250 HP. I like that.
You know what that means? When Sho leaves, you check that encounters 1 and 2.
Yep, especially with how fast they are. I mean, you give it a quick peek. If you can find, back-to-back gas dragons here in Waterfall, it's not the ideal. Oh, stone poison coming out though from those mud goals makes this a lot less pleasant. And bleeds. Okay.
It does.
Never mind.
I will say one thing though. We can use that to grind, sort of, if we survive. If we can get everybody to get turned into a lawn ornament, that black belt grind becomes a lot easier and a lot safer, because then we can just soft all of our light warriors and go. A 10 out of 10 med rolls by Shinobi, and you're not wrong.
Stone touch stone, stun touch stone, and poison blaze.
Oh, look over here on the left here. Jaylow down to here we are talking about gas dragons and all this. The cake wasn't moved over. We never picked up cake spell.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
You better start firing out fire twos. Let's go.
I thought I saw Xfer. Xfer was available at level 4. We didn't pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Xfer can be useful here, but we do have Harm 3, so it's not terrible. It's just going to be a little inconvenient. And it's a magic item, so, you know, it works out okay. This could have been actually really bad for Jaylow.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to be all right, though. Yeah, he's through.
It's a good thing we picked up that Harm 3 there, but yeah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Both of us, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
That lit 3.
Unrunnable as well.
Oh, it's almost dead. Okay, maybe almost. Oh, silence touch, perfect.
Oh.
Go to round 2.
All right, let's go. That white mage is now useless.
Oh,
there it is. Oh, and it okay, but the white mage survived. We're gonna be able to warp out of here with exit 2. Wow, that's lucky. Oh, that's a lucky break there for show.
What a troll. What a troll by that earth. You touches the white mage so it can't be attacked, then cast lit 3. 10 out of 10 right there.
Uh-huh. Oh my god, that's the 3rd ice sword right there. And, oh, chime. So, little French vanilla action from the robot. And the loose tail. Wow.
So both looses are now found. And we've got tail, which is not very useful with this team, because I think we're going black belt strats. But, because we haven't found a weapon yet, really, that the thief can really take off with.
Couple of ice 3 swords, or ice swords plus 3, but I mean, I still would just kind of lean heavily into the black belt right now. We got to check the overworld encounters over there by Sky, though. I think that's where we're going to find our levels.
And we've got, and we picked up chime, so those cabins for 48. If I'm Sho, I'm picking up like 99 of those things right now. But we've only got we've got about 17, which is not enough saves if you think about it. That's not enough to get a good, proper black belt.
Yeah, nope, I'm out of here, Joe. Looks like maybe gonna go turn in that TNT, perhaps, and see what that gives. And that's the floater. That'd be pretty nice, but I don't know. We did he not pick up Brack? I think, because then I would have wanted to crack it if I had Brack. At least giving it a shot.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that was one of the things we talked about.
Right.
If they picked it up, I don't know. I know J-Lo's got it, but I don't know about Sho. Ruby, so that's a turn in. We can go to Sarda. Oh, good. Man-cats. Those are always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Shadows. Those are always fun. So anybody wondering here, we're just going to kind of go over this real quick. ShoFukomachi, as you can see next to his name, 1-1, really needs to get that 2-1. So at the bare minimum, has to do a plane race with all the other 2-1s. If Sho loses 1-2, basically he's going to have to rely upon a last chance qualifier with all the 1-2s, or a plane race, all depending on some voodoo math, which basically entails how many 2-1s are there. Because the brackets is 32 runners, and the 3-0 runners are automatically placed, and then based on that, how many 2-1s will then determine if a plane race is going to have the 2-1s or not.
Yeah, currently looking at the standings right now, we have 6 runners that are 3-0 currently that have already qualified. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 15 runners right now. Well, actually, counting you, your score is not updated. You're 3-0 as well, so that makes 7 runners who are 3-0 and 15 runners that are at least 2-0 or 2-1 so far.
So about 21 out of the 32.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, there's definitely. I mean, obviously, all the 2-1s are really hoping that the Voodoo Math works out good, where they don't have to participate in the play-in race and the last chance qualifier. JLo's going to pick up the TNT, which we know is going to lead to the floater. Now, obviously, we want JLo kind of do waterfall, but at the same time, don't, because if they end up doing waterfall, they might do the sea shrine. Oh no, the sea shrine play is fine, honestly, if you think about it. But you kind of want to promote that thief. I don't know, it's a weird thing. I don't know how I want JLo to do this. Weird.
Darren Dreis, don't you put that evil on me, buddy. I still got a really, really tough matchup on Monday with one of the best runners in the community. So let me take my 2-0 and be happy right now.
Wait. Who are you playing against? Come on, let's,
All right, so Crab Cakes and I are going at it Monday night at 9 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's going to be an exciting match to watch.
I'm excited. I've never raced Crab Cakes. I mean, I've watched her quite a bit. You know, I say she's kind of like the gold standard for routing and efficiency. So, I mean, I'm practicing as much as I can and feeling real bad about it.
I wish you the best of luck to both of you on that one. There's the Onyx pickup for JLo. So JLo's going to get the floater. The downside is doesn't have the waterfall play, which gives us chime and the loose tail for information. So I still think JLo will do the waterfall play after getting a floater, because we don't really have anything that he can go do right now, right? Unless he goes Ice Cave into Volcano, which I kind of hope he doesn't do it.
I mean, he could. We'll see.
We don't have Warp available, so Show's going to have to do at least one complete lap of Ice Cave.
Yeah, we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way, but we can check all 5 spike tiles on our way, which, I mean, is kind of probably part of the reason we're here anyway.
Our tracker pointing out a good thing. Could be hoping for that Oxyel to pop up that we kind of forgot to buy.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Yep. Stun Touch Waters there. No thank you.
It's Arachnids. The Wraiths are really good at hitting the thief. You know, just random things to chat about.
Amazing, too, with all the agility that thief has that it's even getting touched. So these Wraiths have to be very accurate.
Right? Yeah, because with that plus 40 agility that's on that thief, you're essentially half max evade.
Yep.
Which is crazy to think about.
Oh, hey, shout out to Speed Gaming 4 with a raid here of 76 people. Welcome to the pod stage of the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament 2022. We got a good matchup going here between jaylow7 and ShoFukomachi.
Ooh, the Ice Dragon Spike tile leads us to Gargoyle, so that was an anticlimactic thing I tried to do there. I tried to hype it up as there's going to be some, but it's just Gargoyles.
So two more tiles to check here, so we might have some juiciness after all. We'll see.
So we haven't found a ribbon yet. We haven't found an endgame weapon. You know, we have found Ice Sword.
That's pretty vanilla right there. Frost Wolves on the Frost Wolf tile.
Yeah. JLo forgetting that we've already done Earth Cave. There's the ribbon I just talked about. Wow.
Peak of the ribbon.
Some people call me a prophet. Okay. So that's pretty huge there. Gonna put it on the black belt. Interesting. I think I would have put it on a caster, but that's why I'm a commentator and not a runner today, or right now. Because we kind of need to protect that white mage unless we're going to do multiple dives down into Topher. Or not Topher, an ice cave. Like if that white mage dies right here, we got to do another lap.
He's just waiting to check this last spike tile and see what's here before he decides to move that ribbon. Because if it's nothing, I mean, he'll warp out of here with using exit, but if this is something... Okay, it's something.
Oh, there's that quad X we were talking about.
Let's see. Is it enough, though? It is not.
Not.
It is not. Okay, so 117, call it 120 because we got a few slaps in there.
That's 200, 267, 307, and I don't know. That doesn't help me at all.
Somewhere between 300 and 500. So that is not... yeah, that's the right move. That's not ideal.
I mean, if we had a better weapon on the black belt, we might have been able to make that happen. You know, like a Masa or something like that.
Right.
I mean, it's still not bad though, because I think once the black belt hits 21, we should be able to one-shot it anyway.
Most likely, yeah. I would think so. But I mean, I get it. You're going to take your bottle. You go to this turn-in right here. You're just going to keep moving along. We still... Now this puts us in the area here of Mirage and Sky. So if we're going to check the encounter zones here, level 14, pretty much across the board for show, this is the time to do it.
We're actually going to spend time buying gold bracelets.
The silver plus 4s have roughly the same absorb of those gold bracelets, so I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it's fine. They're prettier, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking too, Zenobian, but... I mean, we've now been in the shop for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not terrible, but if it's a close race, you're gonna, you kind of kick yourself. And that's one of the worst things, too. Whenever there's a close race, you always kick yourself like, I should have done this, I should have done that, I shouldn't have done that. Turn. So we're still finding things. We have, what, the power bonk that's out there? No, that's what we found.
We found that. We're missing the ruse stick, right? We haven't found that yet.
Jaylow's gonna find the gargoyles. Nothing there.
Let's go and we'll give the prince his cup of tea here. We'll wake him up and see what he gives us.
I always like the Astos shuffle. The prince turns into Astos.
Yep, that's always fun.
Thanks for waking me. Now let me attack you.
And speaking of the ruse stick, there we go.
So I guess now the question becomes, what is Jaylow? No, because Jaylow with the Thief's probably not going to take that fight much.
No, I don't think so.
Sky's confirmed slab into loot.
Yep.
Our tracker's already confirmed it.
Yep. I mean, with everything else, both loose found, pretty much every other incentive location cleared, it's pretty much a guarantee now, yep. More gargoyles.
Right? And we don't have to check spike tiles, so I kind of like this. Now, he doesn't really have to go all around to check the Grey Worm tile. Because there's one... I guess an Agma floor is just as bad. It's out of the way.
If he doesn't plan on finishing here, I could see him checking this and not going down there, but I do like that play of checking down there on the way down to carry. It gives you a chance to kind of run your party down, too, if you do find something.
And plus, there's armor. There's a lot of equipment. I mean, we still could use something to help the black belt grind.
Mm-hmm.
Although at 52 minutes, I wonder what the thought going through our runners right now because we only have one orb lit.
Right.
No grind's been done. And yeah.
I mean, I think jaylow. I mean, we'll see if he decides to bring this black belt back up, but I think jaylow is just going to lean into the thief here. Sho still looking for a spike tile here and hasn't bought a myriad of camping equipment here yet to kind of do that overworld grind, as a second ribbon is found here in the volcano armory. So coming up spades right there for Sho, picking that up. But it's going to be a little bit troublesome, I think, to not have the save items you want to be able to check an overworld encounter. So maybe you're just going to bypass that and just keep checking spike tiles. I don't know.
Yeah, because we got to find that. I mean, the only other option we have to grind is what? Eye tile, the red dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably the best tiles we can get to grind.
Yeah, after finding the Agama and with how beefy that guy was, you really got, like you said, 3 encounters on spike tiles that you're looking for. The Agama, the red dragon, or the eye. And we found one of them that's already pretty thick. And we've checked quite a few locations here. So that eye is buried somewhere that is not very readily accessible, at least through the early game.
So Sho's gonna save? Oh. Sho, what are you?
What are you doing, Sho?
Yeah, what are we grinding on here? Because we haven't determined there's a grind tile, right?
Is he gonna take the frost dragons and frost wolves there?
No.
I mean, we could.
Wait. Where were the frost dragons?
Or, I'm sorry, the frost giants and frost wolves here on this tile.
No, you can't take that.
I mean, you could.
No, cause I mean you're better off just killing the big eye, or I mean the big Agama then by that time, because there's no way the black belt can kill all of them.
Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm curious, but that seems like his plan.
I mean, it's interesting because we could just dive volcano. And there's still the Agama tile down there, and there's the red dragon tile down there. And there's plenty of lava tiles down at the very bottom. I mean, if you want to be even more spicier, what you do is use your party, you kill Carrie, and then you grind if you find the tile.
This frost giant here is roughly the same HP as the Agama too, and it's given nothing compared to that Agama.
Yeah, it's just not
interesting.
All right, well, I think Sho's giving up a big lead here.
Yeah,
or not maybe a big lead, but a knowledge-based lead there, because he's already got both blues. But JLo's in the proximity of that loose tail and chime, so JLo's gonna be hot on the heels and buying looks like a lot more save items. And JLo, go back.
He still does not have that Oxfiel. He's got to buy that out of Corneria. He's still searching for that.
Okay, that's what he's doing right now. Okay, maybe no.
No.
He's playing with my emotions.
We're gonna turn in the herb. Okay, we're gonna turn in that herb.
So find the roost stick. Thief's about to go down, maybe, but the frost wolves can't hit the thief, so that high evasion. We're gonna hope gargoyles can do the job. Unless he's just using this and then running out to go to the desert?
I mean, maybe. I mean, that's also a play you can make, but he doesn't have a lot of camping equipment, so he's a shop stop away, but I don't know. This is definitely... I'd love to ask him about this when it's done.
The thief that doesn't go down.
Yeah. You just got to find those wraiths that had, all the hits in the world.
Right? Or we got to turn on the flag where the lava tiles can actually take out your units.
We did have that in the bingo tournament a couple months ago. I miss bingo. Bingo was fun.
Oh, bingo. So Frost Giant's having a hard time also. Oh no.
120 agility on this thief. It's going to live with 1 HP the rest of the game.
Oh no! I cannot.
Hey, okay, we got him. We got him.
We did it. So 3,500. That's approximately 2,500 less than what an eye would gain.
Right, give or take, yeah. And probably a good 1,200 at least less than the Agama would give. And it's got to be the same amount of HP on that Frost Giant versus that Agama.
I mean, if you're all getting Frost Giants, I think it's fine. But with the Frost Wolves added in too to waste your time because you gotta, target each unit.
Yeah. And they're doing some damage. That's 90. Oh my god, that's 4 rounds and this Frost Giant's still up.
Okay, so, for anybody watching, of course, Luffy and I are talking about this from a commentator's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I want to make sure that anybody listening and thinking that we're being negative towards show, that's not what it is. It's,
oh no, yeah.
We're not in the speedrunner mindset. We're not racing, so it's a little bit easier for us to say these things because we're not racing and not having to make these decisions on the fly.
Oh yeah, it's very easy to sit here in the comfort of the booth and nitpick at like decisions being made by these runners in the spur of the moment in the heat of battle here. But I mean, we're definitely not trying to do that. We're just pointing out some facts here and just giving our opinions.
So JLo survives the ever deadly Lit 3 Earth in Waterfall. Going to get that tail. White Mage survives so we can exit out. That's probably the best news.
Mm-hmm.
It's really close. He almost wiped out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But able to do that. Going to get the information about that. Now, this is a peculiar tie. We're gambling that this volcano is going to have a spike tile. Because all we have is a ruse stick and a BB that doesn't have enough hits, right? No,
we did pick up that saber bonk,
and we have a rivet. True. Okay.
This is not unreasonable, but at level 19, this is definitely a play.
Definitely, yeah. So I mean, I guess we're within 2, so.
Mm-hmm.
So you get 8 or was it 6 hits at 21? So
6 hits, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not too bad.
You see JLo over there pausing too. He found that loose tail, so he's thinking he's got both loose items, but he still does not have his Oxyel. So I'm hoping that he runs into the thought of, okay, I got to go check shops now.
All right. So fire elementals are interesting. They do decently well for experience. They're not great. As you can see, 6,500. Way better than probably the Frost Giants.
Mm-hmm.
The downside is they hit just as hard as Frost Giants and they see
right.
HP. I can see you doing this. You go down to the Agama section at the very bottom, just before Carrier's floor, and you go up and down and don't move the encounter table. Sure. Let's do it.
Okay, Duskplume, our tracker, saying JLo did go back to Corneria and get the Oxyel, so he just is going to promote here. That makes sense.
Yeah, that Thief is going to be pretty well equipped.
Yeah.
In 6 hits, we're finally, looks like, able to take out fires in one go. Almost in one go.
And they have slow, too. Let's hope that doesn't hit them, so that'll just be comical.
Well, we got the ribbon, so we're safe from that, thankfully. Although there is the 3 and 256 would make this grind a little annoying. So the fire element's really bailing out Show here. Because we're getting 6,500. They're going down in about 1 swing each now. But I mean, I gotta admit though, gosh, what's because do you gamble for a desert play for T-Rexes now? Because the T-Rexes would be better.
Yeah, they would definitely be better. I mean, maybe he's just trying to get this black belt up to 32 to kind of, air quote, guarantee a carry kill here, and then maybe try to figure something else out. I wouldn't want to sit here, run through my heal pots, still having a floor or two to go in Volcano and have to take out carry. Yeah, 60-something pots, though. That's not too bad.
I gotta admit though, I am glad I'm not in Sho's situation right now, or in his shoes right now, because this is a interesting call all around, and he's making it work.
Yeah.
So Jaylow's been promoted, going to Melmon here. Probably buying. I think there were some magic spells here that were pretty useful.
We had Temper promotion locked here as well, levels 5 magic.
Zenobian pointing out, if that slow hits, will he run or will he try and take it with one hit? That's a good call.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is like one of the best things, I guess, for Sho right now is the fact that Jaylow's was already a little bit behind and has to do a little bit of the shopping and stuff like that right now to get himself situated. So even with taking a mediocre fire elemental grind, we're not punished a lot.
Right.
And we're up to 29. When we hit that magic number of 32, we get 8 hits. The black belt becomes really good. Obviously, when a black belt hits level 42, we like to say it turns into the One Punch Man, whatever you want to call it. Any one of those anime things where the character's really strong. There's Pyro and Werevins.
Steak and wings, we affectionately call that.
Not exactly what we want to find. Oh, Werevins are also over 300 HP. Well, I don't know about you, Luffy, but we got a little bit of time here before Sho decides to take on Carrie, or, well, maybe we're going to go take on Carrie right away, so...
We're just going to do this now.
I'm going to hold off before I start naming off races going on tomorrow, because we're about to take on Carrie with a level 30 black belt. We don't even have 8 hits.
Oh, Carrie's hitting hard.
6 hits for 176. Turn order shows it 184. Carrie with ink. We get lucky. One more. Oh, okay.
Okay. I think we're okay. Yeah. Oh, Blizzard, though. Not friendly.
But every time Carrie swings, though, is terrifying. We've done about 360. That's almost vanilla. Blaze hits pretty hard.
Should be this turn. No!
Carrie with a lot of skills. Sho downs Carrie, about to light the second orb. And that was a butt-clenching moment. Yeah. I think it would have been worth just to go for 32 and 58 hits.
I'm surprised he bailed out of there at 30.
I mean, you know what the best part about it is? We sit here and say, yeah, he should have done it, but at the same time, from a broadcast or entertainment, perspective, I'm like, that's amazing, because that makes everybody excited for it. I like it.
Yep, I agree. And Opal Cheerio +3 there on first floor Mirage, so pretty spicy pickup there as Sho finds some sandwiches off one of the encounters in the desert.
21 houses, that's not enough. And we're going black belt solo into Mirage?
Wow.
At level 30.
Okay.
This man is a mad lad.
Yeah, this is something. I mean, the play on carry, okay, sure. that's a thing. It was scary, but it was fine. It worked out. This here, solo black belt traveling up here with the packs that can show up with just any number of things that can kill you. That's bold.
I mean, we've seen it, but it's generally with, a 32 plus, generally a 42 type of thing, because you got the HP, you got a lot of stats and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, wow, we're really trying to push our luck, I guess,
Right?
is what you want to call it.
I guess. I mean, you can get some pretty decent experience heading up here, on these guards and whatnot. But, I mean, it's... You run into like a 6-pack of bad men here, they get turn order and just start swinging away. I mean, that could be really detrimental.
I'm going to say, these guards are worth a lot of experience if they show up in, this pack right here.
Mm-hmm.
Still not great, but at least I guess we're doing progression. But yeah, I mean, the best part about guards is they give decent experience, and they don't hit for anything unless you run into sentries,
Mm-hmm.
and then you run away because they hit really hard.
Right.
Their brother, the sentries, are no bueno.
Is that a harm +3 shirt there? A harm 3 plus shirt? For,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was resistant to death. That's the white shirt.
Yep.
So even better than the gold armor there. And if we had a red mage, that's the one. I think you punch these down. That's
Yeah.
run.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay.
Or ruse. That's one thing. If you're gonna go up against vampires, ruse.
Yeah.
Instead of run, just ruse.
All right, we're just gonna do this again. Let's go.
So the black belt up front, it's an interesting call. I mean, I get it, but you're not gonna break any morale here.
Mm-mm.
Oh! The show is going to get bailed out if he can get to Mirage 3. There is an eye grind.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow, show said, hey commentators, shut up and let me play. And that's exactly what Luffy and I are gonna do.
Yeah. He's got to sit on that too when he sees it, right? He's just gonna stay. He can't walk away.
I mean, you have to at this point, because I mean, I know it's an hour 10 in, but
Oh yeah.
I mean,
6,400 XP. This will be level 42 in about 3 minutes if he just sits on it.
Yeah. At 3 minutes of grinding, and it allows you pretty much not unkillable, but you're going to be able to, for sure, do Mirage and a Tiamat at the same time, the whole thing. You gotta go to 42 in this situation. You basically backed yourself into a corner and said, this has to work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's huge. That show found that. That's absolutely ginormous.
Oh, wow. Sometimes the game bails you out.
Yeah. Oh, stone poison on these metal slimes.
That's interesting there, too. That's stone. Kind of tempting if I'm jaylow. If I can get them to stone my white mage, black mage, and get that thief a little bit higher, we might be in good shape, because we gotta get that ninja above nuke range. Because that's primarily the one thing that really hurts the ninja in Endgame, is the fact that they don't get above that 400 HP threshold until really late.
Yeah, like level 26, 27. Especially without any kind of bonus added to their HP growth.
There's the sentries. We don't want them. Oh, show's gonna leave!
What did he stop at?
That's mid-30s.
Wow. Okay.
No, there's no molluses on or bonuses on the thief. So yeah, so Sawney, who's a big thief runner, saying that it's level 28 is when they get over 400, which is a pretty massive amount of levels that you need to get for them.
He's level 21, 22, I think, across the board, but yeah, I trust Sawney there. The only person I trust more about thieves than Sawney is Will Bloodworth. So if Sawney says 28, I believe him.
Yeah. Nachos, those are good little pieces. I'm going to pass on the nacho. Interesting. And there's Kirito hanging out in chat. Welcome.
How you doing, Kirito? Good to see you, buddy.
So yeah, I mean, we're an hour and 13 in. My name is Dang Wu. That's Luffy that you just heard also. Dust Plume's in the background, pushing the ones and twos as the radio people used to say. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the 2022 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. A big match for ShoFukomachi here. If Sho can win, oh my.
Oh,
White Mage, a Hope and a Dream, and a Stun Touch White Mage.
they have Trance.
Oh.
Yeah. And there are those mud goals with Stone Poison and everything as well there. Oh, that's a wipe for JLo.
Oh. That is a tilter there.
Yep. Yep.
They take a moment, regroup. Like I said, that's one of those cases where you put the ribbon on the thief and you can grind on those eyes.
Yeah.
But Sho's going to take on solo mano e mano against Tiamat. Tiamat's going to try and swing and do some damage. 7 hits for 290 with a crit. That's not what you want to see. There we go. Now we got some multiple crits there. Sho goes, hang on, we're losing the fight here. Ruza's up. Tiamat starts missing. Now we're going to start swinging again. The Queen of Dragons tried to put up a fight, but Sho decided to cheat a little bit and use the Ruse Stick. I mean, what? Sho lights the third orb. There's the air orb. Now does Sho finish out? No, I think he's happy with that.
Gotta see what level he's at here. He's at like 34, 35?
Yeah, it's gotta be. And with the minus 10... Oh, is it level 40? So the eye grind was even quicker than I thought.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is pretty fast. Maybe he's just trying to get those last 2 levels naturally.
Okay, I didn't even realize that we hit level 40.
Okay.
So we literally talked how quick it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it was even quicker than we thought it was going to be.
Yep, yep.
Edge in chat saying, now it's showtime. You're absolutely right. So JLo kind of had a chance there to really kind of put himself in a good spot there, and unfortunately those oozes or metal slimes had stone touch or stone poison.
Stone poison and trance, so that's a really deadly combination. The eye's unrunnable too, just to kind of laugh at that a little more. And JLo's gonna sit on this for a minute too. I don't blame him. I mean, I would even consider just killing off the rest of the party and solo thieving it right now.
Yeah, the eye's good for solo. It's not very good for party, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does okay, but it's not... I mean, if you want a party level, you know, you've got... I don't even know what on the A side. I don't think there's any A side really good party grinds.
No, I mean, maybe the seafood party pack if you want to, like, you know, get really bold, but, I mean... We kind of discussed earlier the 3 tiles that you're looking for. You're looking for those eyes. You're looking for those red dragons, the agamas. You could, in theory, also take the zombie D tile that appears in vanilla Ordeals. That's actually got some sneaky good experience, but they hit really hard too. So I don't know.
But right hand side, the loot, show. It's showtime. I'm using it Edge because you said it in chat. Show's in go mode. And we're looking pretty good there as we continue to not raise our party members. The mad lad himself, Sho. The Lofanish people even have a clinic and refuse to still revive the Light Warriors. Should made a Tyro run.
Sho just morale breaking dinosaurs now.
We now know why the dinosaurs went extinct. Sho came through with a level 40 black belt. So our redive for jaylow here on the left-hand side, gonna pick up that slab. We know it gets once it gets translated and turned in at the Lofanish, will also be in go mode for jaylow. Bad news is, Sho's in go mode, has a very high black belt. That's solo again.
We're just going through C Shrine with a solo black belt. Okay. I mean, we did Sky. Why not do C too?
We have a thief to help run.
I mean, on the plus side, he's absolutely going to hit 42 now on the way to Kraken. So there's that.
I mean, you gotta hope we don't run into the seafood party planner that's unrunnable with a lot of lobsters. And you have to hope that we don't run into ghosts that ambush us.
Right.
Because we have no other character to help us here.
I think you were there the other morning when we ran into Arzags with Nuke in C Shrine. So, I mean, there could be some gross stuff in here.
I mean, see, the ghosts themselves, you get a bad turn order there. They're already hitting for triple digits.
Mm-hmm.
The black belt does get plus 10 agility. Not really enough to, you know, help the evasion. And on the left-hand side, I missed it because Sho has me so perplexed with the BB that we are down to a white mage, black mage. I'm sorry, white wizard, black wizard only. And I think we were on the Bridge of Destiny. Oh, we just cannot have another wipe here. Good news, hydras aren't hitting, or the hydrants aren't hitting very much. Experience is going to the wrong characters. Oh no! Please tell me we can revive that. Oh.
I don't know if he has life. Oh, there are those metal slimes with stone poison. Okay, we get away. Oh boy.
There's our war mech. You know J-Lo's upset right now because we don't have the thief. We can't even get our main carry online. Melee carry. Oh, it's so unfortunate. And lobsters with anti-fire.
That's comical.
Don't let Sho run, but we're going to cast anti-fire even though we have resistance to it already. Hold comes out. Finally, we get the run. Good news is we're close to Kraken side. Or we're close to Kraken here.
Here we go. Brack, let's go.
Come on, Brack. It's okay.
26% of the time it works every time. Let's go.
It was a warm-up. It's fine. And on the right-hand side, there's Kraken. Doesn't punch. Sho. Oh, that's great. Hold comes out. Kraken decides to be a spellcaster instead of a punching master. Doesn't want to get into a punching competition. Waters just before the orblet. Come on, Brack, land for us. Oh no, I think that was the last one.
I think he might have one more. He's got Bane, though, as well. I mean, we can make that work.
That's true. That's a little over 10% or more. Okay, so we got one more. Here it comes.
Here we go.
Give it to us.
There it is. All right.
It just wanted to make it interesting. Broken into pieces. Easy.
Easy game is easy.
They're borking into pizzas. And now I want pizza.
I just had pizza for dinner. It was real good.
You had that for dinner.
I did. It was real good. This is really a great little local pizza place over here by me. It's called And Pizza. It's like a franchise, but it's like one of those build your own kind of places, like, you know, personal pizzas. It's real good.
I swear I'm not sponsored by them or anything.
Well, I mean, Caleb's not here, so I got to fill in with the food commentary a little bit here and there.
Right?
Oh yeah, Sonny, 10 out of 10 would recommend, man. Real good. I got pizza with spicy marinara, caramelized onions, pepperoni, bacon, and hot cherry peppers. Real good.
That sounds really good.
Oh yeah, real good.
So Show's going to make the play, going to promote. That gives us access to Temper. And possibly a life charge on the wizard, because I think they were high-level magic. The problem is I don't think that white mage is anywhere near high enough to learn any of that life magic.
Be able to throw some more gear on the ninja as well. So level 16 on that white mage, yeah. I don't know how many charges of magic he has above level 6, much of any.
But we're able to enter Temple of Fiends Revisited and try and take on Chaos here. Show's in a commanding lead. And J-Lo's going to check level 8 magic. There's our
There it is.
1 life cast. Block 2 for a lot of money. And at 1 hour, 23 minutes, and about 46 seconds, Show has entered Temple of Fiends, entered the past into Temple of Fiends Revisited. And we're about to see a high-level black belt demolish Temple of Fiends Revisited here.
Yep. It's kind of like a benchmark you look for here. With black belts, you're kind of looking for like a sub 7-minute, 6-minute Temple of Fiends here, especially at this level. So, barring anything really bad here, Show should be finishing this by, 131.
Yeah, especially with the Thief and the Ninja up front, because you can just use that to run and stuff like that. Like, your run chance is really good. That really helps the Temple of Fiends.
Phoenix FF29 in the chat. Pepperoni, bacon, canned mushrooms, and extra cheese. I mean, I like mushrooms on pizza too. I'll agree with you. And I'm going to respectfully disagree that you think onions are gross. Caramelized onions on a pizza, just that little bit of sweetness, it's real good.
I guess I gotta get in. I gotta talk. Oh, slimes.
There they are again.
So this is kind of interesting here. If we can get those to land, we can technically protect some casters. We don't really need them early.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I mean, he's already done solo black belt for everything else, so why not solo black belt over until you need him?
There we go. The ninja is stoned. We're going to bring him back up, though. All right, that's fine. Unrunnable again. Oh, gosh.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But they have, like, no HP, which is hilarious. It's about 90.
Phoenix, really. Anchovies are fine on pizza, but onions are gross? Sir. Sure, but no.
I just like the fact that the pizza talk has really brought the crowd out here. I like it. And I appreciate you all for coming out here and talking about the pizzas, because it's making me even.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us here. It's 11:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here. It's a Saturday night. Some wonderful Final Fantasy randomizer action. J-Lo taking us the scenic route through Kraken Floor. I like it.
I will actually be getting pizza tomorrow. And One Punch Man says, bye-bye, Lich.
Oh, there was a Lich? I missed it.
Yeah, I mean, you blinked and you missed it. I mean, that was over pretty quick. There's a bunch of lobsters there.
7-pack there. Casting Aether. I mean, that's going to just slow you down and get real annoying.
Great work. Perfect. So I guess
More
what we have a little here, Carry 2 is about to get pulled here. Just to remind you all, we got about 4 races going on tomorrow, Sunday, April 24th. Our first race actually is kind of double header here. Angel FM versus Jay Scheidel. That'll be on SG. I think it'll be on this channel, SG1. Lord Fizzlebeef versus Captain Nerd will also be at 6 o'clock. That'll be on the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel. And then we got another doubleheader at 9:30. The Mad Lad himself, Lord Pizzlebeef, is going to do a doubleheader tonight, or that night, with a second race against Ego Dev. That'll be on SG. And Cyrannus versus Phoenix 29 will also be taking on. And in the moment, Carrie's already down, but the White Mage is down.
Ooh. I mean, there was no real use for the White Mage besides throwing out some Invises or Fades, so it's fine. But that's one less party member to take a punch with some of these more devastating Fiends coming up here on the next 3 floors.
Yeah, because you really just... So for, like, against a Kraken, right? You want the White Mage out there just for Kraken, for the pure fact that Kraken will target it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just leave the White Mage in the 4th slot, and the Kraken's going to go after it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
100% all the time, I swear.
Kraken's just got like a howitzer missile tentacle for the White Mage, no matter where you put her.
And jaylow on the left-hand side, Kraken's the Kraken. 2 for 2 on Fiends with the Brat.
That's level 24 too, so not too bad there for jaylow.
Not too bad there. Ooh, big hit there. Doesn't take out Kraken 1. That was about vanilla HP. The Vorpal might do it. Yes, it is. So Kraken rolls just about the vanilla HP. Looks like did a chunk of damage on the black belt. Good thing when you go to round 2, we could have lost that black belt in our dreams of going 2-1.
jaylow gonna translate his slab here to be able to get his loot.
Broken into anchovies by Chad Burt. Love it. Alright, so Tiamat, generally a little higher armor, obviously. Can hit hard if we rolled up on hits. More annoying just because it takes a little bit to kind of take him out. Stop's going to come out. Doesn't hit anything. So, I mean, we should be looking good here. Does Fast end up coming out first? No, Show jumps the gun. Doesn't matter. Once again, about vanilla HP, so these Fiends aren't rolling up. Big worms are like, we're important too. Alright. This is a commanding spot for ShoFukomachi. We haven't seen anything from any of the Fiends. Really hard to get anything anyways, if you think about it. 3 hits, 3 damage. Little evasive on Chaos.
Ooh.
Chaos kills the Black Mage, so we don't have a Fast anymore. Non-elemental Swirl. Yeah, it's just evasive enough. Looks like we're dodging 1 or 2 attacks. 8 hits for 692. So we've done about 1,000 damage, close to. Oh, 1,600. Show looking great here. That should be the end. No! Chaos says we're going to make it just a little more interesting. We're going to go one more round. Give it to the thief! The ninja takes the kill! Cheetah ShoFukomachi! I love it! The Vorpal steals the kill, or kill secured. And Show earns that 2-1. Love it.
Get your GGs out in chat for ShoFukomachi, like you said, with the thief and the Fanoodle, dealing the final blow there with the Vorpal. You love to see it.
You really do. The black belt's like, I did all the work and you stole it, and just punches out the ninja too. But the ninja's high evasive, so misses. Oh, walking into the booth, coming to say hello after their fantastic win. How are we doing, Show?
Doing well. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Okay. Give us your plan for the black belts, because I swear for about 40 minutes there, Luffy and I were trying to figure out what you were doing and how you planned on raising that black belt, because you were all over the place.
Yeah. I was looking for a place to grind because I figured at least, I'd probably take it to level 32. I was trying to find a place to solo grind, but nothing nothing came easy, and then I don't remember what I found. Oh, the Frost Giant, Frost Wolf tile was not terrible enough to kind of do something there, and then I found the Fire tile, and then of course, Eye tile was in Sky Castle, or the Trap tile was the Sky Castle.
Mm-hmm.
It was annoying.
It's such a troll location to find that too, because you don't want to go there until you have your levels, and then of course your levels are sitting right there.
Yeah.
Jaylow going to get the oboe, which is the loot, able to enter the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Yeah, so did you not like your other light warriors? Because I noticed you like to keep them sleeping during a lot of the dungeons. And backed yourself into a corner doing Mirage, and I'm like, okay, we're really hoping that we find something here. And then we found the eye, and I'm like, he just got bailed out big time.
I mean, I was gonna go and just take fights as they came, but then finding the eye tile right there was like, oh well, I'll take a few levels here and then move on.
Yeah, I'd never seen anybody try and take the Frost Giants either. That one, and I'm like, okay, I guess if you're only taking on Frost Giants, it's not terrible.
They didn't hit too hard, not like the Agamas and Ice Cave, but Agamas and Ice Cave you have to go through the entire Ice Cave to the the vanilla eye tile, and then it takes a long time to get to. So at least the Frost Giants were pretty close to the volcano entrance.
Right. And then you had the Fire Elementals, which was another one of those things that it's not bad, it's not ideal, but of course we didn't find Red Dragons, we didn't find the Eye until later on, obviously.
Yeah, and the Red Dragon, I think I hit it for... I did encounter one, I think I hit it for 54 damage at level 38 or something, 40, 42.
Oh, that's a perfectly easily grind. No worries. Left-hand side, though, Jaylow's going to enter Temple of Fiends Revisited at 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 52 seconds. The Thief is, about what, level 24, I think you said, Luffy?
Yeah, it's just about level 24.
Okay. So 24, we have a Vorpal. So we have, what, 5 hits? Almost?
Let's see, I got a
Another
handy sheet here that I like to keep handy.
Yeah, a couple more
Vorpal.
levels. 1 or 2 more levels.
Yeah, I think 26 maybe will be his 5th hit, because the fighter gets the 5th hit at 32, and the ninja should be a couple levels before that with the plus on the Vorpal. I think it's plus 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Plus 1, I think.
So 5-hit Vorpal, only problem is it's a thief, doesn't have the strength, but at the same time, oh no, it does, it has the plus 15 strength.
Yeah.
So
And
it's actually not bad.
And the plus 40 AGI was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, having half of your max evade instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, speaking of that.
Yeah. Well, with those Frost Giants trying to take out your thief.
Like, you just have to hit him once.
It was like the longest fight ever.
I was really wondering at that point if you were going to solo the rest of the sea with the thief at 1 HP. It was really looking funny for a while.
I thought about it. Like, oh my god, it's getting longer. Like, the thief had some strength, but, I figured black belt, because we did this. And black belts don't get enough love, so I figured, hey, why not show up the Ultra One Punch Man? So,
yeah.
That was nice. Although, lots of things early with the... Katana plus 1, nice.
Of course. Oh, he had an Ice Sword plus 3 too. Okay, that would do the job, but that katana is going to be much better with the crit. Oh yeah, it's got like 43 more crit. You want that?
I thought it was, I guess it was show with the Vorpal.
Yeah, I had the Vorpal.
Oh.
Normally I throw it away, but I figured, well, it's plus 1, and just in case One Punch Man can't get it done.
J-Lo exiting out to save that katana. Interesting.
I mean, good
oh.
safety strat.
Yeah.
Also took a lot of levels.
True, yeah. He gained like 2 or 3 levels there on those gas dragons. That's a good point.
And at this point, you basically just want to do a one dive anyways
Mm-hmm.
for the, you know, because, I mean, it still matters when you finish compared to your opponent.
Correct.
Nothing here. So yeah, I'm trying to think of what happened here because we talked about your black belt, which is probably the highlight of it because you made a lot of things. I wanted to talk about this because I've only seen you really do this. There's a couple things that you do. The Marsh plays. You always check the top side. Is that just something you just like to do and reset out? There's nothing there. Like it's interesting. I think you're the only one in this tournament that does it. And I don't want to like spoil your idea of it. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's gonna do it, but I love the fact that you do it. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of my practices, I've found stuff like ribbons or like a katana. Like I'll find something useful late game there generally. So, and it's early enough to where like I don't think it hurts me generally too much. But yeah, in a lot of my practices, I've found lots of like high level items or stuff that's really useful. So that's why I check it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it makes sense to me to do it. I mean, it's an interesting one because we haven't seen it a lot in this, and as you said, all it has to do is provide it one time in an important match, and you're looking pretty good. You pick up a Masa early, a ribbon early. Anything like that, I mean, your early game becomes so much easier.
Yeah.
And as you said, it doesn't really waste that much time if you think about it. Now, Chimeras and Chimeras, basically, we have to warp out. Or exit, reset out. So, yeah, the Temple Fiends Revisited.
Nuke was level 7? Jeez.
Yeah, and Temper was locked out.
Mm-hmm. Promotion locked in.
Oh my gosh. And because, like, Magic was kind of trash, like, that's another reason why I was like, I'll go to 42.
Fair enough.
No life? I'm assuming life was 7 or 8.
Life 1 was level 8 in Gaia. And the other one we never found. I don't know where Life 2 was.
And so, yeah, it has to be one shot through. Selling Excalibur early was nice. Getting some of that money. I was like, don't need this.
It made me cry a little inside, I'm just saying. I like the Excalibur. And you sold it. I don't even blame you. You sold it. But I'm still mad at you. How dare you. A lone spider is gonna hold up J-Lo.
One of our my old friends named Mono, there was a race we did, and like Masa was super early, and he just sold it so he could buy heal potions. And I was like, all right.
That sounds like a mono. That sounds very much like a mono thing to do.
Yeah, and I was like, you sold the Masa at the beginning of the game for heal potions? But to each their own.
Never had the pleasure of meeting Minochi, but I've heard some really great stories and certainly will be missed.
Yes. He was a very awesome dude.
Mm-hmm.
He loved his cookies.
Oh, yes.
And these bracks.
And instantly the white mage is going to get punished. And I don't blame it at all.
Yeah.
That is going to be a forfeit on J-Lo's side. I don't blame it at all. Can't even get through the Chimeras and the Chimeras ruined the dive there. So Sho, you have now moved to 2-1. You have guaranteed yourself, at the very least, a play-in race. At the best, you're already in brackets. How are we feeling?
Well, I'll take it.
I mean, yeah, it's a question where it's going to be, I'm excited or whatever like that. But like, obviously, you wanted to be 3-0, and don't have to worry about the play-in race. But I mean,
well, we'll see how the 2-1s turn out, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I mean, how are you liking these flags in a way? Because it's a bit different. We've done some class balance stuff. We've with the 2 loose, which is a little bit different, and now we've added in unrunnables compared to last year. How do you like it? Because obviously you've done every year.
I mean, I'm loving the flags, and I do also like the option that people can add things to kind of make things crazy. If an agreement between competitors,
Right?
Pretty cool.
A little bit of added spice.
Yeah, but the flags are nice. They're not like they don't take generally super long unless it gets trolly like this. Where so many things had like random AOE attacks, especially at the beginning. I was like, what? What's all this? Large packs of shadows having frost or whatever. I was like, oh well, this is not going great in level 3. But no, I think it's great. So looking forward to the rest of the tournament.
And to kind of highlight, and I'm gonna let Luffy if Luffy wants to talk about anything, is those spiced flag options. I think has been a very cool thing that's slowly been introduced, because it was introduced last year, but there's only a couple flag choices, and then this year they added almost 10 options or something like that.
Yeah,
which is nice. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to agree with you. There are 10. I have them pulled up too if you want me to read you a couple as well.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well read a couple of them just so chat kind of knows what's out there or available.
Sure. So, I mean, you saw our basic flags tonight. Our runners did a gentleman's agreement on a party draft. The party draft is not exactly part of these flags. We do have a flag where you can do a quote party draft, where the randomizer will give you a selection of 6 characters to pick from. So that's the basic one. There's also flip dungeons, one of my favorites, where it takes the vanilla dungeons and flips them horizontally. It can really trip you up and drive you crazy. I fell in love with it last year at co-op. I hated it at first, and then it just got to be so cool to play. Hidden Astos, Deng and I were touching on that a little bit earlier, talking to the prince and having Astos attack you. That's always fun. Sky 4 Maze, that is terrible and cruel. 4 Forced, this randomizer will give you a selection of 4 party members you have to take. I will actually be playing those flags tomorrow night. Procedurally generated Waterfall Cave. So Waterfall has a certain path that you always take through it. It takes it and throws it in a blender, mixes it up, and turns it around. Require War Mech, Trap Chests, or a couple other ones, and Fight Bahamut. You got in order to promote, you have to take Bahamut, Tiamat's brother, and take him to school and send him away. So some really fun stuff. You can select 2 of these for any race that you want to do, to not overload the people setting up the rooms and the guys rolling the seeds or girls rolling the seeds to try to get things too confusing. Most runners are either selecting 1 of these or 2. Very few have decided to not use any, just to kind of add some fun, which is a lot of really interesting, and a credit to our devs who have come up with some just amazing stuff over the last 18 months since I've been here. Just really creatively transforming this game from, just a work of art in itself, although very basic 30 years ago, into just a new experience every time you try to play it, which is just fantastic.
Absolutely, and it's great, and I'm glad the tournament organizers added it. I don't want to keep the thing too long. Luffy, did you have anything else to ask? I know I kind of been taken over the airwaves there a little bit.
Nah, man, it's good. We kind of had a lot of fun tonight. You touched on some of the questions we had. Wanted to see how Sho was thinking about that black belt grind. I am curious though, real quick though, Sho, why did you stop the black belt there in Volcano at level 30 instead of going to 32? Was it a heal pot situation? Was it just like, were you feeling the time crunch? You're a few levels away from those 8 hits. So what made you stop there?
I figured I'd get enough encounters on my way down to get to 32.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, time is always like, I'm always looking at the clock. I'm like,
Yep. That makes sense. I understand that. But yeah, no, dang, we kind of touched on everything. That was a lot of fun tonight. Thank you for allowing me to join you. I kind of jumped in last minute there to kind of just keep you company, and I'm glad you had me. Thank you, Duskplume, for doing the buttons, pushing the 1s and 2s, as you've been saying. Speed Gaming for hosting us, and for the crowd for joining us and having a good time. That was a lot of fun.
Sho, do you want to do some final thoughts?
Yeah, GG's to jaylow. For those of you who don't know, he is an OG, like myself. So tough race. There was a lot of trolling things out there. Sorry you had to forfeit. Didn't get to see the end of it, but I look forward to the rest of the tournament. Thank you, Speed Gaming, for hosting us tonight. To Dang and Luffy for doing commentary, Dust for doing all the tracking and restreaming and stuff. So thank you, and we'll definitely catch you guys down the road.
Appreciate it, Sho, and nice job there. Can't wait to meet you up in brackets, because I think I gotta get revenge from, was it last year or the year before?
Year before?
Yeah, it was one of those. I gotta get revenge on you. No, but seriously, I'm glad to see you coming around and racing in the spring tournament. And all you in chat that's came and talked with us and chatted with us and talked about pizzas and all that stuff. We appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us. Without you, it's not nearly as fun being in the commentary booth. Remember, we got about 4 races tomorrow. They are double headers, so if you got multi-monitors, 6 p.m. and 9:30 is your go-to times to watch some double headers action going on SG and the Final Fantasy Randomizer channel. So make sure to watch that out. Come hang out in the Discord and get those pings so you know when the race is happening. And Dustbloom, thank you for tracking for us. Speed Gaming, once again, you are awesome for letting us broadcast our races. Luffy, of course, you are more than welcome to join me in the comms anytime, anywhere, any place. You did an awesome job of keeping me sane and keeping me honest. I ramble sometimes, so I appreciate you. Although you may be really hungry with those pizza talks that you were eating.
Some really good pizza, man. Just spreading some knowledge.
Yeah. So with that, we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate it once again. Dustbloom, hit that button, get us out of here.